Welcome back to Nova Scotia. It's Alex Belfield. Finding the things to do when you come to Nova Scotia, and one of the things you have to do when you arrive into Halifax is get in a car and keep driving until you get to Digby. Tonight I'm staying at the Digby Pines Hotel, and I've come this afternoon for a fundy adventure. We went clam digging, and the lady who arranged everything is Wanda. How are you?
Not bad, and how are you, Alex?
I'm really delicious, thank you, and thanks for a lovely afternoon. I mean, it was pouring with rain, but we still had the best time ever, didn't we?
Yes, we did. And I knew that you guys would enjoy it. It was an honor to have you come today, and the people that are here today, and we have a good time, and everybody leaves happy and full, and so we get to do a lot of exciting things.
The fisheries are so important to Nova Scotia, and to be on the beach today digging for clams was so special. And then to meet Terry, who is a legend, isn't he?
He is so. He's a very special man, and he really cares for what he does. He's done this. Generations before him have done this, and he's just hanging on to what he loves.
Explain to us where we are geographically then.
Right now, we are in Smith Cove. We are on the Bay of Fundy side, so we actually get to go and stand on the ocean floor and get to explore some of the other life besides the clams. We get to see little crabs and different mussels and that type of stuff.
It's really been beautiful, and to actually find our own clams, which we then ate, was just tremendous. I mean, where did you come up with this idea to make this an event?
Well, I'll tell you, I opened a tourism home, and it's called Gulliver's Cove Ocean View Cottages. When I opened that, I joined Digby Area Tourism, and from there, I would say things to my husband and talk about, why not take people out and do stuff, and then thinking, what would they really think? And then I was, through Digby Area Tourism and head of tourism in Halifax, I was offered to go to Newfoundland. And I went to Newfoundland, and being there at this time, what happened was we didn't know where we were going or what we were doing. It was 20 below. We had guides that worked with us, and we did ice fishing. And I'm standing there drilling my hole, and I'm saying, oh my God, look what we have in our own backyards. From there, I come home, and it's always been a dream. So from watching this happen in Newfoundland, I knew my dream would work. So here I am. I'm here today working with other people, and it's been fun. I really love it.
You're so passionate about this place and keeping it the way it always was. I mean, Terry's father was a clam digger here years ago. He's now been doing it for the last 50 years. There needs to be somewhere for his children to do it in the next 100 years, doesn't there? And that's all about preservation and keeping this place alive.
It most definitely is. To me, that's one of the most important things, and I guess from experience, and I am a small fisher person. I have a company, and it's called Fundy Delts. I go out and I harvest edible sea vegetables. I package them, I market them, and then I look at my grandchildren today and I think, how can we look at this in a sustainable way? And, what part can we do to help out there? And the clammers have the same heart as I do. And I guess that's why we all work together, is looking at positive things to bring the industry, to look after it, and yet leave it to the next generations.
Tell me about the Bay of Fundy, which is this sea that we see in front of us. I mean, just beautifully calm waters today, although it's not always the case, is it?
No, it's not. I mean, there's been some really rough weather. I remember a time that we had our boat warned off, and we had really high seas, and the next thing, we couldn't see our boat anymore. We lost our boat, our motor, and our dinghy. So you got to be careful when you're out around the Bay of Fundy, but it can be the most calmest thing on earth, and then it can be the nastiest creature you ever seen, but that's a part of what it's all about.
I've fallen in love with Nova Scotia. Yesterday I stayed in a beautiful chalet just outside the Coogee Park, which was so remote and beautiful. And I was telling you earlier, I was so impressed at the fact that the reception area, where there were computers and laptops and telephones and all kinds of things, including money, was left open all night, and nobody thought of touching anything. Nothing was stolen. Really, in Britain, you would really struggle to find anywhere now where you could be that trusting.
It's pretty special. And when you told me that earlier, and I'm saying, we leave our doors unlocked, and people that come here are totally amazed by nobody touching things and stuff. So we're pretty lucky to live where we live.
And it's such a simple life, isn't it, and a traditional life. Do you think you're blessed when you look at TV and see how they're living in New York or LA or even in London?
Most definitely. I mean, sometimes we need to really look around and appreciate what we have. And I guess I do that in a lot of things that I do. And there's times that we're out harvesting delts and we got to travel into different beaches with our boat. and we'll see the whales and the dolphins and the porpoises, and I'm thinking, you know what? How lucky can we get? This is as lucky as it is. So, I mean, to us, I really think we have a good life here in Nova Scotia.
I've been driving for the last 3 days and the scenery really is tremendous. Take a walk with me this way, Wanda. We're going to go and talk to Terry now, who's currently playing for us. Not only you get to go clamming with him, you get to come and eat the clams afterwards, which you've cooked so beautifully, and then you get to hear him sing.
Yes, and you also have to try one of my Delts biscuits here today, too.
I did try one of them. Now, tell me about it, because they were absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I come up with a recipe, and I do a lot of cooking with edible sea vegetables, the same as, you know, we do the clams, we have a lobster adventure, but we always cook with our foods. So you get some of the freshest foods you will never get anywhere else. So when it comes to the Delts biscuits, that's my recipe.
Well, they're absolutely beautiful, and thank you very much. Let's take a step forward and have a listen to Terry singing for us, and then we'll catch a word with him afterwards. Give your website so people can find out all about this and how to do it.
Okay, if you go on to fundyadventures.com, you can go in and you'll see a YouTube clip of Terry, and we'd love to have you guys come, so if there's anybody out there interested, come along and join us and have some fun.
Wanda, thanks for a wonderful day.
You're welcome. Thank you, Alex.
Poor man that's left standing and made to fall. 1991 holds the power of the things in life we've never viewed as ours. We need to help the ones who have the least. We hope he's the nature of the beast. We hope he's the nature of the beast. Your place beside the fire. I would take your place beside the fire.
Terry, congratulations. How are you?
Pretty good.
Thank you so much for a wonderful afternoon. There we were, just half an hour ago, digging for clams, and now you're sat here entertaining us with fabulous music. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Tell me about your life. I mean, this has been it, hasn't it? By the seashore, digging for clams.
Absolutely.
Your dad did the same.
Born and raised free, man. It's nothing else quite like it.
It's not an easy life, though, is it? I mean, today it's been raining and it's hard work.
It's hard work, but what's in this world that is not hard work that's not worth having?
What's the best thing about your life? Is it the tranquility and the fact you're left alone to just get on with it?
Absolutely. And I like the music, and I like meeting people. And this is what I am. This is what I love to do.
People from all around the world have come to visit you and watch you do this year in and year out. Why is that so important that you need to spread the word, A, of the clams and B, of Nova Scotia?
It's just the freedom that's there. And we are just like the rest of the world. And I mean, we need to learn how to get along with each other. And everybody that's been here that I've ever met on these tours, they're just absolutely fantastic.
Do you have any jealousy when you see people from New York or London who work 14-hour days and have to sit in traffic for 3 hours?
Do I have any jealousy of them? No, I don't think so.
I had a feeling not. I know your dad taught you...
I'm jealous of absolutely nobody on this planet.
Your dad, though, taught you how to do the clamming, and I know you've got kids of your own now. Is this something you want to pass on from generation to generation?
Well, I've got 3 girls, so I mean, like they're not that much into digging clams. They do their own thing, kind of deal. But I do have 1 grandson. I got 3 granddaughters. So,
how many hours a day are you out there looking for your clams?
About 4 hours a day.
Wow. And we've just eaten some of your findings from earlier. Just delicious. I mean, all they need really is water, a drop of vinegar maybe, and that's it. They're delicious.
A little bit of butter or whatever. So, you know, like there's different spices that people put into them. I mean, like you can take a little bit of wine and put on the bottom of your clams when you're steaming them, and it goes into them just as fine as well, right? I mean, like there's lots of fantastic ways to eat clams.
And Terry, you don't even need anything, do you? Because you'll stand there on the beach and eat them.
Absolutely. I love them raw, but CFIA tells us that we shouldn't be doing that, so I just have to try to tell people not to do it, even though I like doing it myself.
Exactly. I'll go with your advice, I think.
Yeah, well, to eat at your own risk kind of deal.
Terry, thank you so much for a wonderful afternoon here on the Bay of Fundy at the Fundy Adventures clam digging with Wanda and Terry. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to be able to do this.